Welcome back to Talking 10 TV, bringing you all the news and information from Big Ten spring football across the conference. And of course, that means position battles galore. And what better position battle to talk about first than the quarterbacks? Of course, last week it was the state of Michigan. This week it's the newcomers of the Big Ten. Of course, in year 3 for both Michigan and Rutgers. And that means talking about, well, what else? New coaches, same old quarterbacks though. Can Chris Laviano and Hayden Rettig figure it out for Rutgers in their new look power spread offense under Chris Ash? Or do Maryland have what it takes in Caleb Rowe and Perry Hills in their new look spread pass attack? It is definitely two different offenses, same schemes, different looks though. Let's talk about Rutgers first, because they frankly finished spring ball after Maryland. So we'll talk about Rutgers. Chris Laviano, the winner last year in that battle with Hayden Rettig. However, this year, much different in terms of the battle between these two. Much, much closer. While Laviano has the experience edge and maybe a little bit ahead of Rettig, it's hard to not recognize the fact that Rettig definitely has the arm and can spread teams out and extend the field. It's really going to come down to whether or not the offensive coordinator trust the run game, and if so, that could be Hayden Rettig's ticket to this job. Otherwise, you got to go with the experience and what brought you to some resemblance of success last year, and that means this job very well may be Chris Laviano's for a second year in a row. However, over at Maryland, things will be very, very different, and that's because they're looking to really just spread out and throw the ball all over the field. Realistically speaking, this is a battle that Hills had an edge coming into because, frankly, he brings more to the table in terms of his skill set. He's got a more polished passing game, and he can run the football. However, the key here is Caleb Rowe's cannon of an arm. He has done a great job throughout the spring of really kind of upping his game, and it seems like this offense is a better fit for him than in past seasons. The question is, does the work with Gus Frerotte in the offseason give Perry Hills the edge over Caleb Rowe? I think this is a battle that realistically comes down to just personal preference for offensive coordinator Walt Bell. At the end of the day, it just may be the feel between these two quarterbacks that separates them. And realistically speaking, that's not a bad thing if you're the Maryland Terrapins, especially considering the disaster that was quarterback last year. For Talking 10 TV, I'm Andy Coppins. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at TalkingB1G, and you can find me on Twitter at AndyOnFootball.